Yes, therefore, ni ma wunyina kwa ba eroba platform we so host na je na woni me abon mpono me so ene aye dey kan whatever platform we so na we wonsa asmase subscribe after so for latest update and behind notification no say the be newly upload bian so no eberity wasara for seri asemu seria na nsama e trend e wo gh celebrities for no no eno me aso ma TBA e wo this particular platform so ofa ya do see arafo ade say say am na ekasense no Asem no aye critical Mahama so no wonim say BBC fo so no BBC news report omo aye ni interview therefore ensama Mahama ekan wo that side e na chese yetirema Ghana fo ni bi tirema Mahama de omo hu ni yie ahwe adman papa no ontimi enye therefore yen say on the side.
How much will it cost your government to implement a 24-hour economy?
You can't put a cost on it.
How much will it cost your government to implement a 24-hour economy?
You can't put a cost on it. You're thinking about it as if we wake up overnight soon as I'm sworn in a 24-hour economy.
Will you be able to do that in 4 years?
We will start at least.
So your 24-hour economy then is a gamble?
It's not a gamble. Why would it be a gamble? 24-hour economy is not a new concept. It's been implemented in Sydney. It's been implemented in UK. It's been implemented
bigger economies.
In Singapore.
You can't compare Sydney,
but
Singapore,
to Ghana. They started somewhere.
You have 4 years. Will you be able to implement that? 4
years? Is that the end of Ghana? So after 4 years, that's it.
A new government comes in
and says we don't want 24-hour economy.
So what you say? Who tell me you assume? You mo etimu kan bibi o. What is the man Mahama ekan? Mahama nim say ewiase na ye bo na brabo ya ye boy. Enye 4 years be na ye Ghana dia. Adenti na opese ye to ye san to abadema no. Sebe omiamo nya ehwe. Enye sebe omiamo ye bibi. But the 4 years don't mean pan complete. Which means say Mahama wow. Make can bibia. Wudi abra Mahama ba. Me to me the o be see hu ni kasta ye mu no. Wudi abra Mahama onya hwi. Onya twi obalo so won keke na okọ. Because you be send the question a kwanya paso e kan nsem no san obo be ye o anamu fi say the whole say answer the questions no oba be ye bibia ehu ama Mahama heye na ma Ghana portu aba we ma na obe ye nkokwasa enna 24 economy akwane say gamble meaning em say lotto yes lotto no it is say wutu lotto no gamble yes wutu lotto gambling say wutu lotto say dia bi ebia an say you mutu lotto na sa na tie either say wo bedi and say wo ni because beti mutu ma yedi mu da bia na BBC news report and our journalists no etchen say enye na wo statement na wo make no aye gambling say wutu lotto say wutu bet sa na tie ebeti ma say onye ebeti ma say obeye na therefore omoto aso ba komo di nkomo emu ayede na emu nso no asan episo.
Will you accept the results of the December elections regardless of the outcome?
If on the election day there's widespread ballot snatching and beating of people and the military moving and intimidate people and shoot people and attacks are all over the place rampaging, you want me to accept that result? It will depend on the transparency and fairness of the process.
Now, you've been campaigning on the promise of implementing a 24-hour economy. Can you explain to us what that means?
It's simple. I mean, if you incentivize businesses to run longer than 8 hours, they can't run with the same number of people. They'll have to employ some more people. The demand is there. We have the African Continental Free Trade Area. We have the ETLS, ECOWAS Trade Liberalization Scheme.
How much will it cost your government to implement a 24-hour economy?
You can't put a cost on it immediately. 24-hour economy is not an event. It's a process. And so even while we're stabilizing the macroeconomic environment and bringing inflation down, bringing interest rates down, we'll be implementing the 24-hour economy. You're thinking about it as if we wake up overnight soon as I'm sworn in a 24-hour economy.
Will you be able to do that?
Yes. We wake up one day and I could follow implement free SHS. So what I say? Ye waking up, what was not here 8 years. When say be free 24-hour economy. What mean planning? I this how the last one son our planning. Mahama what you wo. What not here good years. Once me and planet 24-hour economy. Can't say enya dia be sorry one day. Na be 24-hour economy na ba. Yes, sorry one day. And na free SHS then. Yes, sorry one day when to say or you any process. Yes, sorry one day take him. And another look at say, what were we at school? And say 2017. What were we at school? For tank and the troubles, no admission pay, cause school free. What the I go count there? And one inside here working wouldn't mean yet. Mahama and Kasa yell and in the baby. I don't hate this man. When you're innocent will be biamu, but I didn't want to mean no. And find Cotton so I didn't Mahama okay. Well, wouldn't him say wouldn't mean yet. I didn't problem I'll go my win. Would you have Ghana for NDC forever? What? Once the market came, would you have NDC Ghana for or not NDC forever because opa now 24-hour economy. Unkokwan kitinkiti die nimsa die mo maso because me ametie wonnim na odi akokwa ketekiti mi fia and try me dey say kentempu na odi aba be sewuti me me yankokọ na de me dey me mobra.
In 4 years
We will start at least.
so your 24-hour economy then is a gamble.
It's not a gamble. Why would it be a gamble? 24-hour economy is not a new concept. It's been implemented in Sydney. It's been implemented in UK. It's been
But these are
implemented
bigger economies.
in Singapore.
You can't compare Sydney,
But
Singapore
they started
to
somewhere.
Ghana.
They started somewhere.
You have 4 years. Will you be able to implement that?
4 years. Is that the end of Ghana? So after 4 years,
Point of collection is 4 years and that is not the end of Ghana. Now go for the promise will be bina so wanya yedia. And the 4 years and 8 years is not the end of the Ghana. So we should let them continue. Sana Mahama best or chill. I don't against this man, but next time no me time Asem maintain the pa. But next time all cannot say and ya go for money boni bia and we say you continue omo because the about betanzo na nye 8 years and nye 4 years when otimi bibi dia and you take for mo kroma ye bio. Mahama no asemo na Mahama de ye papa enti obeka bibi a che Ghana for ni me akura ho.
yes, that's it.
A new government comes in.
And says we don't want 24-hour economy.
It's possible.
Well, that's Ghana's loss.
Ghana is among the few African countries to pass draconian anti-LGBT legislation widely condemned by human rights groups. Will you sign it into law if it is brought before you?
It's not an anti-LGBT, it is a family values bill. It was approved unanimously by our parliament. You see, it's against our culture, African culture. It's against our religious faith, Muslim and all that. But I think that we must look at the bill and the president must indicate what he finds wrong with that bill and send the bill back to parliament. Or alternatively, he must send it to the Council of State and get the Council of State's advice.
Is that what you would have done?
That's what I would have done.
And will you ever sign an anti-LGBT bill?
It depends on what is in the bill.
Corruption is a very big problem in Ghana. You partly lost the 2016 elections due to the perception of corruption. Now, several allegations of corruption have been leveled against this government, including mismanagement of public funds, theft, and asset stripping. Are there any specific cases that you will be investigating if you win this election?
Every year, the Auditor General's report says that 15 billion was not properly accounted for and all that. If we can get a special court to implement the Auditor General's reports and hold people accountable, it will help us to reduce the amount of malfeasance that is taking place here.
Now, what now? So now you accuse you say no obi ahodu accountable. What to me so be hold obi accountable? Na ka wo na mo nkwa na nyina. Say hold obi accountable di anka wa otie. Say Ghana no mla na yedman ka mo montiti ase o. Anka mo nyina mo ku prison. Enye ni say wanya anu a wo so ba stand bi na wo be hold obi accountable. Na wo pencil ya dey accuse with corruption no. Wo obi hold you ma akoda. Mahama pa de me hu ni ye kuda o. We de mo fan cheme. So you and this so you dem fan chame ba Mahama de no koda ba kopɛ ne nsɛm a wɔkan wow you and this ni now you badem ba out me say mine no masa wɔnyɛ na adwen so be ye bibi mo me nka no kra mfa nkyerɛ ho na obi anye free